You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Abigail.
Hello.
Hello, Abigail.
How are you?
I'm good. You know, you're my favourite person named Abigail.
Well, you only know one, don't you?
There you go. There you
God's
go.
sake.
But Abigail, so there was a question which was sent in by you.
Oh, here we
By
go
you.
again.
The question was, why won't men open up about their emotions?
Yeah.
Could you elaborate?
There's a whole masculinity thing here. Opening up about their emotions. I know it's a big thing. It's almost like there's a barrier of fear that they're going to, I don't know, not get the reaction that they hope for, or I'm not sure. There's been times in the past where a woman's really put their emotions and feelings on the line and just thought, this is how I'm feeling, this is how I'm doing, but there's just nothing, there's no back and forth. It's just a wall that they're hitting and they're not dropping that masculinity. There's this big, I don't know, it's almost like a wall where they don't want to let go of it. I don't know.
All right.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm curious. So when you say like guys won't open up, do you mean it's like you're upset about something and you want support, or do you mean that you want him to open up about what he's upset about?
I just think that there's more things beyond the surface a lot of the time. And guys, I don't think it get called simps or you're being a melt, blah, 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 blah. Things like this. Why does it really matter? If you're with someone that you love, I feel like it's important to, okay, take your time with it. It doesn't need to happen straight away, but to build some sort of foundation where you can start opening up more and actually, I guess, giving a part of yourself to your partner, and one of that being your emotions. So the way that you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and get to the cause of things rather than just brushing things off and letting it just hit the surface.
So let's say I've got something that's getting me down and there's something that I feel really bad about and that I could really use opening up to someone about and maybe having a cry or whatever. Do you believe that most women would be happy to tolerate that or to deal with it, would be accommodating, accepting, etc.?
I think, good question. I'd like to think yes, but I'm aware that there's a lot of women that are probably doing the reverse, where they're not, opening up back. I just,
Years ago when I was at uni, I had a girlfriend and she lived in Manchester and she was in a house with a group of girls. And she didn't really get on with the girls that she lived with, but whatever, she was living in that house with them. And by extension, the girls didn't really get on with me either. It's nothing major, but we just didn't really gel. One day, some guy broke into the house while we were all there and he stole like one of the girls' laptops. Well, we assume it was a guy, we don't know. They all came, like, there was this huge like screaming fit, and then they ran to our room and I'm just in there. And they bang the door and it's like, Kieren, someone stolen, blah, blah, blah. There's someone in the house. Go, Kieren, go. So basically I've got to go up the stairs into this room where I think there's a man in there who might have any kind of knife or whatever. And it's up to me to risk my life. I might die to protect these women who actually don't even really like me anyway. And the point is this, it's like, like you got a baby, right? You got a male baby and a female baby. The male baby is expected when he's an adult to do stuff like that. In order to get him to the point where he's going to do stuff like that, he has to dull his emotions, because it's like in that moment, I'm terrified, right? And if I was to actually run with my emotions, I don't know, like, who knows what that guy had on him, but it's up to me to do it. And what I'm getting at is when you are male, you are conditioned from a young age to suppress your emotions. You're conditioned to do it. And we're not allowed to, like when I was a kid, I used to cry all the time. All the time I cried when I was a boy. And it's like, grow up, stop being a wimp, stop being a pussy, blah, blah. I got that all the time. And it's a huge part of the actual training that we get. Maybe there's like a better way of doing it. But the point is this, you're a man, therefore you're supposed to be a protector and a provider, and you're walking down the street and something happens, you got to step up and do this and fight, duke it out, whatever. That means suppressing a part of you that might want to run away from that. But then you reach points where you're with a woman, she's like, open up, let me know what's going on. But it's like, I've been trained to suppress this since I was 5.
So what about the avenue of the figure that you're meant to be when you're a dad with a daughter? Because for me, that should be some sort of connection with love, emotion.
I agree.
So, but if you're able to switch that on, I feel like that should be a similar kind of pathway to your partner. I'm not saying this happens straight away, by the way, because I feel like everyone grows to this.
Well, so I'm kind of like holding my tongue, right? So I guess I'll just speak. This is what I'm going to say in as diplomatic a way as possible. Most men don't feel like women are willing to tolerate them showing their emotions. So I've heard you say what you said, and I hear that and I think that is beautiful. I really do. Because what you've just said implies that you want to meet a man and have him open up and you'd be like, yes, show me the real you and let's hug and let's cuddle. You're a human being. You're a soul inside a body. Lovely. Seriously. However, not every woman feels the same way. And it's like, I remember I was on this site once, this guy said, my brother died and I was crying about it and my wife lost attraction for me because of it. Or I remember I read on another site, this woman, she says, whenever my boyfriend tells me about his problems, I just feel my pussy drying up and I don't know what to do. And it's like, the sad truth is there are many women out there who don't really want to know your problems. There's many where, or maybe even like they think they do, but they really don't, because it's like, tell me, it's like, okay, I'll give you another example. As a woman, you're under pressure from society to be like the perfect physical specimen, right? You know, like your hair's beautiful, your lips are beautiful, your butt, blah. That's the pressure. Men were under pressure to be like the perfect psychological specimen.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like think of James Bond, right? So James Bond will be in a bar and he'll meet some woman and she'll go away, James. And it doesn't bother him at all. He just takes it in stride. And she's like giving him shit. And he just wins her over anyway because he believes in himself so much.
The confidence.
Yeah. And that's like the pressure that men are actually...
What, to be confident in themselves and their stride.
Yeah. And nobody is what society wants them to be. So no woman is perfect physically. No man is perfect psychologically. But that's actually the pressure. And then it's horrific to actually show it. So it's like you'll be out in a club and some guy will walk up to you and your friends and your friend go like that. I'm sure you've seen that happen. Mm-hmm. And you go, all right, don't worry, he's a man, he's fine. But he's not fine. He might have like spent 15 minutes building up the courage to do that.
Yeah.
You know? So,
I think it really always just boils down to communication, isn't it? Like, oh God. It's frustrating though, because sometimes you put like 2 pairs together and say, you know, the woman wants the man to open up and really, really wants this, but does she even ask him to do that? Or is she just hoping that he does it? You know, it's never going to happen until you have that conversation.
There you go. And say why won't men open up? Yeah, there you go. That is it for today's video. I would like not just me, both me and Abigail would love to know what you think. So if you're a man, speak your opinion. If you're a woman, speak your opinion. Times you've tried to get men to open up, what has happened, what hasn't happened, what have they said, etc, etc, etc. Could you please do me a favor, like the video. Why are you doing that? Number 1, for our egos. Okay, not gonna lie,
Feels good.
it does.
Let us feel good.
It really does. So we've taken time out of day to go and shoot this. All we're asking is like a click. That's all we're asking for. Just a simple click. Please.
And we will notice it. We will notice it.
Yes, we will.
You will,
Yeah,
right?
we will, yeah.
We will.
We. So like and then also subscribe as well and hit the bell so that you're notified when new videos come up. And ta-ta. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
So guess what? I want to interrupt this video to let you know that I'm also an author. I'm not just a dating coach, but I'm also an author too. And I've written a book that I spent a ton of time working on. It is called Preeta's Web of Chaos, and it is a young girl's journey of transformation. Now, what happens is that she encounters some situations that are really hard for her to deal with. They scare her, they terrify her, they push her outside of her comfort zone, and as a result of dealing with these hardships, she learns to find a strength, a resilience, a courageousness, and a power inside her that she did not know actually existed. Like I said, I tried really hard with this book, and the reason why I write it is because I wrote it is because I love to write stories. It's the main thing that I want to do, and I just want to share my passion with the world. So if you could find it in your heart to give it a try, there's a link in the description. I'll just love you for life.